Welcome to another edition of Yoga for the Beauty Body. My name is Alicia Ray, and I'll be guiding you through a chakra flow today. We'll start by moving through the chakras with a forward fold, grounding our energy. We'll be working through just a few stretches and kriyas in the beginning to ready ourselves for a deeper flow. Here, forward folding to ground, focus, establish breath, start to warm up the body from the earth to the sky. Moving into Janu Susarsana next, single leg stretch. Extend one leg, other knee is bent, and you can fold straight forward or try a variation which will offer a different sensation or stretch. Shift your torso over your extended leg and then fold. Keep both sit bones down in the earth and breathe into wherever you're feeling a little bit of tightness or resistance. Release and change sides, Janu Susarsana to the other side. Start to release any concerns about flexibility. This is you just moving with appreciation into your body to become present. Movement is healing. We start here with these first few stretches to establish a foundation, a sense that whatever you need from your practice today is already here within you. Let's do a wide leg stretch. Extend the legs out to a V. And simply hinge at your hips and fold. Kneecaps can bend slightly. And if you want, you can find some movement through your ankles and your toes. And start to bring your torso back over your hips. Soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. We'll start to move through some cat-cow variations of tucking and curling. So first, let's enjoy a forward fold, hinge at hips and bow. We're still working through the first chakra, but we'll start to incorporate second chakra movements. So moving from the earth into water energy. You can stay here in a forward fold in Baddha Konasana. And you can always adjust. Maybe your feet need to be further away or closer together. Otherwise, place your palms on your shins. Pull your belly button in towards you. Tailbone down, tuck chin to chest. And then start to resist and release that crunch by lifting the sternum, chin away from chest. Dipping the pelvic bowl back and then forward and back. So you're moving through pelvic bowl. Think about spilling a bowl of cereal forward and backwards right at your sacral space as you tuck and curl. From here, you can keep your feet in Baddha Konasana, or we're going to move into a hip opening stretch. So fully arriving into second chakra with a double pigeon stretch. If this feels like it's too intense to stack one knee on top of the other and your knees at a 90-degree angle, again, you can come back to Baddha Konasana and forward fold. And then start to release this side, change sides. This is a great opportunity to become more present in your body as you're treating your breath like drinks of water, just really feeling a sense of nourishment. We nurture ourselves through the second chakra. And we nurture a sense of well-being by establishing awareness. How are you feeling in your hips and thighs, where we store a lot of emotional energy? And awareness is the first step to healing. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to listen and be present. We'll start to release the double pigeon stretch. Come into a simple cross-legged pose. Fingertips to shoulders, and you'll twist really fast side to side. So engaging core, we're moving into third chakra now, Manipura, building some heat through the energy of fire. Anytime we want to balance the third chakra, we want to get into some twists, some core poses, and some lateral movements. So here we'll do some side body stretches, one palm down, other arm up and over, some lateral movement, lengthening the side bodies. And then we'll offer some twists, and just some nice, simple, easy vertical twists. Twisting from belly button up. Keep your chin over your chest as much as possible as you twist side to side. We'll release the twists. Move into the saw, which is a Pilates movement. Extend your legs out. Tee out the arms, and as you twist from one side, it's like you're reaching to saw off your toes. Then you come right back to center, sit tall, straighten up, and then exhale, you saw to the other side. So slow movements. Come into a seated twist, extend one leg. Let's start with the right knee over the left leg and twist to the right. Sit tall to find space to twist into with each exhale. Let's change sides. And offer a little more breath awareness here. Inhale, length. Exhale is the twist. We'll come to center. We'll open up the heart with some kriyas. So kriya is energy movement. Extend your arms out in front of you, palms face down. Hug shoulders onto your back, taut in the muscles of the arms, and then you pump the arms as fast as you can up and down. You can also open the arms wide and clap your hands at your center. This is going to Shaktify the heart chakra, opening up positive energy, harmony, love, and kindness. I want to do about 26 of these kriyas. And then we'll move from the heart chakra and start to create space around the throat chakra together here with bridge pose. Palms beside you, arms beside you, palms face down, and just lift, curl your tailbone up, lift your thighs to your ceiling. Roll weight into big toe mounds. Push into the heels, get a little more lift. You have a lot of muscles in your legs. They can support the work. And then exhale, release. So you could feel the shift of rising the heart and opening up space around the throat. Hug knees into your chest and come through to a seat. Now that we have awakened into the throat chakra, we'll find a little bit more neck shoulder work here. So you can move as slowly, as richly as you need to, as gently as you need to, or you can start to make some big circles through the neck, clockwise, counterclockwise, or you can even do a figure 8 movement. This can be very detoxifying, especially if you start to incorporate more rapid movement where you're clearing a lot of toxins, a lot of trapped energy. We have a lot of lymph around the neck. And when you clear this, you get all the nutrients of the body back up into your head, into your face, into your brain. You'll breathe deeper, and you'll definitely recognize that you're not carrying as much tension. When you're moving through the neck rolls and the figure 8 kriyas, you can close your eyes because becoming dizzy is quite normal because of how detoxifying it is. Settle your jaw, tongue off the roof of your mouth. Even just breathing and being still for a few moments will activate the lymphatic system. Prana, breath, will help it pump. Do a few more movements through the neck and shoulders. We'll come up into standing camel pose, just a modified camel. So hips over knees, knees are about hip width apart, and just rest your head into your hands with your elbows out wide, like you're lifting your head off your neck. Find a little bit more stretch, and then surrender to the earth into a child's pose. We've now moved from the 5th chakra into the 6th ajna. So child's pose is a great place to bring full awareness and become more intuitive, quieting the mind. You can bring your palms to namaste behind the nape of your neck as a variation of child's pose. And release child's pose. Come up to tabletop. Well, modified tabletop with your elbows bent and your forearms down to the floor, and lift into dolphin pose. Hips are high. Walk your toes closer to you to bring your hips further over your shoulders. Activate by pressing your forearms down into the earth, and then slowly surrender. Not here for too long. Widen your palms away from one another like you're about to do a push-up, and then lower the top of your head to the floor. Knees are on the floor. Just going to do slow little rocks from your forehead to the back of your head. There's little to no weight here. Your upper body is balancing the weight of your body so that you can just do a little chakra massage at the crown of your head. We're awakening now into the 7th chakra as we rise up to standing mountain pose and then bring hands to your heart. Let's prepare for a little bit more flow through the chakras. Again, we will move 1 through 7, starting here in the first. We ground down through both feet, standing Shavasana. One leg mountain pose, bend your right knee. Exhale, shift into Dakasana, airplane, or warrior 3, arms come forward like a capital T shape in your body. Stabilize here and then release. Forward fold, cross one leg behind the other as you forward fold. Relax your head and neck. So you're coming up into a crooked mountain pose with the legs crossed. Take a nice side body stretch, one side to the other. Uncross the legs, toes touch. Inhale, side body stretch, one and then the other as you exhale, come center. Let's change sides. One leg mountain pose, bend the left knee. Exhale, Dakasana, airplane, fly. Warrior 3, if you'd like, bring the arms forward, thumbs up, shoulders slide onto your back. Hug into your core a little bit more here. Release, cross back leg behind you, forward fold. Slow rise into crooked mountain, feet are down. With your legs crisscrossed, do side body stretch. Uncross the legs and take Ardha Chandrasana. Again, one more time each side. Exhale, release, standing Shavasana. Or hands at heart. Inhale, rise up mountain. Let's flow sun A. Exhale, forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. Step back, jump back, high mid plank or chaturanga or cobra. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Walk forward as you exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Rise up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale right into your forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe. Exhale, jump or step back, high mid plank, cobra or chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk the toes towards the hands, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, mountain pose, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive, bow forward, relax head and neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, tuck and curl. So lift the heels, squeeze the thighs together, forehead towards your knees, shoulders pull back away from the ears. Heels to the earth, forward fold. Let's take ragdoll here for a few moments so you can step a little bit wider and sway side to side and play with gravity here as you roll weight towards toes and then back towards heels. And take a moment to enjoy being upside down, and then we'll rise back up to mountain pose. Coming back into one leg mountain as a transition to figure 4, right ankle crosses left thigh, hands at the heart, sit down and back. You can bring your forearms to your shin, getting a little closer to your body, closer to the earth. We can move into toe stand if you'd like. You'll start to bring fingertips to touch the floor. Go ahead and squat in your left knee, left leg that is. Right ankle is anchored on top of left thigh. You're balancing on the tips of your toes, and then your back heel rests on your back hip rests on your back heel, that is. Release and come back up. Standing Shavasana, transition, figure 4 to the other side. Left ankle crosses right thigh. Sitting down and back, weight is in your right heel. You're shifting your booty back. You can stay here or come into toe stand, touch the floor. Balance your back hip on your back heel. Focus your gaze and breathe. Release, toe stand. You might come back through chair pose or figure 4, that is. Release, mountain pose. Exhale, chair plane. Thunderbolt the legs, arms behind you, and then reach up, chair pose. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Let's step the left foot back, low lunge, back knee down, crescent moon to Ardha Hanumanasana flow. So we'll do this a few times. You'll reach up, then airplane torso and arms as you reach back, straightening the front leg. The leg is moving with you, freely flowing through the body. And then we'll pause here in half splits, or you can come back to half hero. And if you would like, you can adjust by bringing your front heel towards you and lifting as you push down into your heel to open up the front line. Let's release half heroes, crawl forward to your low lunge. Take a few breaths here in a lunge or runner's lunge variation. And we'll step forward to frog. Bring your back foot to the front of your mat, heels down, toes out, squat low, reach high. Squat low, reach high. We're moving from frog to star, opening up a lot more energy here. 3, 2, 1. Release. Come back and hold Malasana, garland pose. Deep, intense hip opening. If this feels like it's too much, you can just come right into a forward fold. Otherwise, jump back, step back through Vinyasa, Cobra or Chaturanga to up dog, downward facing dog. Continue to breathe and then step forward. Chair pose, inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Changing sides, step back into a low lunge. Left foot is forward, right foot's back, and we come back into our crescent moon flow into Ardha Hanumanasana, airplane torso, reach back. So free flow movement. And then from half heroes or from half splits, we move into half heroes. If you'd like, you'll sit back to the inside of your back foot. Left leg is extended out in front of you. And if it felt good, pull your heel towards you, push down into the heel, lift as you open up. And then exhale, release, half hero, variations, crawl forward to your low lunge, runner's lunge, variation. Palms down, back knee down. Breathe into the hips and thighs. And then step back foot to the front. So we're coming into second set of frog. I like to extend the arms out just to help create a little bit more awareness of balance. And then here we'll do some little pulses. Lift the hips just a little bit, like an inch, and then drop the hips. Lift and drop, lift and drop. So the hips don't lift any higher than your knees, and then you drop back down. Release into a forward fold. Rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, vertical twist. So standing, twisting from center up, and then exhale, bow into yourself. Halfway lift, breathe in. Tuck and curl, breathe out. Release to a seat. Hug your knees into your chests. We're going to move into third chakra energy again by invoking some core work. So let's start with banana asana. So side body stretch on the right side body. Reach your arms up and over you. Arch your body over to the right. Stay flat on the floor. Move your feet to the bottom right corner of your mat and maybe cross right ankle on top of left thigh. We'll breathe there on the right side for a few moments and then change to the left. So just a simple shift of arching your body over to the left. Shoulders are on the mat, hips are on the mat, feet are on the mat, and cross left ankle on top of right. And just feel the painting of your body with your breath. And when you feel balance from one side to the other, we release and shift to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And let's offer a little bit of oblique work here. So twisting is good, bicycle sit-ups, side to side, get a little bit of heat going in the body. We want to amplify that fire energy chakra. Continue to breathe, twisting slow, mindfully, and with control. Come to center. Let's start to hug into a ball as you exhale. Inhale out to a V shape with your arms and your legs. Slow and controlled movement here through rectus abdominis and transverse. So center core, deep core. The lower your arms and your legs go, the more core control you'll need. So just checking in with your back. You can continue to move on with the V shapes or come into circles. So L shape with the body, 90-degree angle with legs and torso, arms beside you, palms down, zip your legs up together, and then you make small little circles that start to gradually get bigger, moving clockwise a few directions and then counterclockwise. Let's release into a isometric hold here. Actually, let's do some Baddha Konasana sit-ups. So feet together, knees wide. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Anchor navel down towards spine. Low back should be pressed down against the mat with just enough space for a little ladybug to rest underneath your low back. Keep lifting and lowering. Work the shoulders off the floor as much as you can. Chin can be towards throat, but ensure that you can still breathe. So it's better to actually say chin off chest. And then we'll come into our isometric now. So bend knees over your hips, heel of your hands on your thighs, the belly of your thighs as you resist. Thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Push, squeeze, hug everything into midline, release. Roll up to a seat. We'll come into standing pose. I'm going to show you some bandha work. So I'm going to adjust my clothing so that you can see. Okay. So for this part, we're going to be doing some bandha work to activate the third chakra. And so essentially what this means is you exhale all the air out of your body and sort of just let your belly release. And then without inhaling, so you have no air in your body, without inhaling, you suction cup from Mula to Uddiyana to Jaladhara Bandha. So that's below the navel, tailbone, below the navel, above the navel, pulling that energy, scooping it into the throat, and then you'll hollow out the throat. So this is complete hollowing out of the center to tonify your core. So I'll demonstrate. Okay. So exhale everything out. I think it's a little bit more accessible to brace hands on your thighs, bend the knees, sit your booty back, drop your belly, exhale everything out. Don't inhale. So you suction cup so much, everything hollows out to the throat, and then you'll get to the point where you have to gasp for air. So side profile looks like this. Exhale everything out. Okay, one more time. Exhale everything out of the body. Awesome. We'll keep working on that. I like to do it a lot in downward facing dog because gravity is kind of helping with the process that way of just letting everything release, and then you're pulling that energy up. So keep working on it. It's going to feel strange the first few times you do it. Definitely not on a full stomach, always on an empty stomach. And remember, you're not breathing, you're exhaling everything out. Then you're just suction cup your navel up towards your throat. You feel that energetic Uddiyana lift, Mala lift, Jala lift, Bandha lock, energy lock, getting access to that strength that is within you. All right, so back to our chakra flow. Following the bandha work, take note of your center. Should feel the warmth, the glow of your essence become a little bit more viable for the rest of your practice. Take a seat and bring hands to your heart space. We're moving along through the chakras from the first, second, third. So awareness of the heart space at the fourth chakra, Anahata. Come to tabletop for a moment as a transition. Take a couple cat-cows. Lower belly, lift the gaze. Pull navel up and in, chin to throat. And lower all the way down to your belly. So some core or some spine strengthening and heart opening. We'll start with cobra pose. Little to no weight in your hands. Starting to activate the strength of your low back. Tops of the feet push down, kneecaps will lift. From here, we flow right into floor bow. Bend the knees, reach behind you for your feet. Exhale everything out. On the inhale, you actively lift the thighs, lift the chest. Pull the back of your head towards the back of your heels. Lift, 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 and then release into Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms to the floor, parallel to one another. Pull your chest through, top of your head to the ceiling. You can move into seal pose here by opening the arms a little wider and lifting. And exhale, release. Anahata pose, you'll walk back like you're going to move into child's, but your hips stay off your heels and you melt your chest, your throat towards the floor. Release, Anahata or child's pose. Come into a standing forward fold and rise up to mountain. Back bend as you exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, standing camel, interlace hands behind you. Create one fist, draw knuckles down, lean back into your heels, lift, open up heart and throat. So from here, We'll move into Dancer's Natranjasana. So activating heart and throat chakra. Kick back, receive your foot from the big toe side. Lift up more than hinge forward. Focus on one point, release, and then we change sides. Standing bow pose or Dancer's Natranjasana. Reach through your right fingertips as you kick back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Release. Forward fold. Relax head and neck. Rise up, mountain. Exhale, release. So we're going to do what I call Maui movements. So feet should be hip width apart, strong through the core and the legs, so that you can just flop your upper body and your arms, letting some stuff go. Whoosh. Do this a few times. It feels really good. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment, tune in. Maybe an opportunity to send some gratitude for yourself or for someone else. Let's come back to interlacing hands behind you at your low back, and this time fold forward, chest expansion. Exhale, release hands behind the nape of your neck. This is going to help lengthen and stretch into the neck. And then release. Lower down to your knees. With your knees bent, sit your hips on your heels. We'll come back into some neck movements again. So chin to chest, ear to shoulder. The neck can sometimes get overused in yoga. And let's do some further neck release. So right ear to right shoulder, reach up and over with your left hand to the side of your ear. Resist head into hand, hand into head, and then change sides. Use your hand to pull your head back over your heart each time. Tuck chin to chest. Stack one palm on top of the other. Bring the back of your hands to your forehead. Use your upper body to lift your head over your heart. And exhale, we release into Child's Pose, Balasana, 6th chakra point. Feel how it immediately brings you back into present moment and into a deeper state of being and intuition. Be here as long as you want and need. Start to release Child's Pose when you're ready. And we'll come back into where we built some muscle memory earlier with dolphin. So forearms down, making a triangular shape with your forearms and your fingertips. Shorten the distance of your toes to your body by bringing your toes closer to your chest, and then lift your hips. You can play with kicking one leg up and then the other. Take a rest when you need it. Come back down. Maybe get back into this. Try it again, dolphin pose. I'm going to play around with moving into forearm stand with my block. So this is similar to dolphin pose, except that I'm using the block to place against the back of my head and my head against the back of the block to play a little bit more with arm balance inversions. So props can definitely help to amplify your practice so that you can start to get a sense of where you can go. Your body can go there. Sometimes it's the mind that disagrees. So you may be continuing to play with dolphin or forearm stand, or maybe you took a moment in Child's Pose again. We'll come through to a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and take a moment to actually be in this pose for a few breaths. Feel the energy now starting to move towards the crown of the head, the 7th chakra. Enjoy being in downward dog for a few more breaths before releasing to a seat. Cross your legs. Come to a moment of stillness. This is where you can then start to move into seated meditation, gratitude or intention setting for your day. I'll leave you here in this space, honoring the light, the teacher, in ourselves and each other. Namaste.